Hello everybody, welcome to Lyrics and Lunch again, another week. They fly by, don't they? Wowie. Of course you're from today, it's just 6 of you on the settee, if that's okay. Thank you. Well, I hope you're all okay, and welcome again. So let's sing our welcome song, Here We Are Together to Have a Good Sing. And remember, point at me first, then point at yourselves. Here we go. Here we are together, together, together. Here we are together to have a good sing with you and me and everyone who's watching. Here we are together to have a good sing. Well done. Well, it's week 2 of our names. Last week was boys' names. This week it's girls' names. Yes. Now, we're going to start off with one that we have sung at Lyrics and Lunch, and it's Daisy Daisy. Yes. In fact, Daisy Daisy, it's not called Daisy Daisy. All these years I thought it was called Daisy Daisy, but it's not. It's called Daisy Bell. Daisy Bell, then in brackets, bicycle built for 2. So this will double up when we come to the modes of transport episode, won't it? So Daisy Bell is actually called from I think you said 1982. No, the other way around. 1892. Can you believe? Now there are sort of verses to this, but we only kind of sing the chorus really. So I'm going to learn the other bits for when we get back. But we'll just do a quick blast of the chorus, which we all know. Daisy, Daisy. Okay, here we go. Stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for 2. And again, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for 2. Well done. Daisy Bell, bicycle built for 2. And our next one also, oh, I know what you've been doing since last week. You've been panicking, haven't you? I've dropped a sheet, hang on. Because last week, this is about the first week you've been able to guess what the next week's theme is, isn't it? And you've been worrying all week, some of you, haven't you? You've been worrying all week that I'm going to do Clementine. Am I going to do Clementine? Well, that's for you to wonder and for me to know. But we'll see. No, I'm not going to do Clementine. I am going to do a similar story type song, but we haven't done it before, so I thought we'd try it. It's Waltzing Matilda, which is kind of about the Australian bush. Now, a lot of people do think this song is about a girl, Matilda, but it's not about a girl. It's a girl's name, hence why it's in this week, but it's not actually a girl, no. Do you know what Matilda refers to in the song, Waltzing Matilda? It's his swag bag. You know, he's like, what's his name? Pantomime. Dick Whittington, that's it, with his stick and his bag. That's what it refers to, it's his swag bag. Hence the first line, once a jolly swag man, which is like a hobo really, who was sort of going about the Australian bush with his swag bag, which he refers to as Matilda. So he kind of is talking to his belongings really, referring to them as a person. So that's what the song's about, if you never actually knew. Now there are some kind of Australian terms in here, so I thought I'll explain a couple of those so you know what they are. You've heard them before, but you perhaps don't know what they are. Like the first line, once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong. A billabong is a deep pool of water, okay? And then there's a tree, a coolibah tree. Waited till his billy boiled in his, a billy, so the billy is like a can for boiling his water in. And what else is in there? Jumbuck. Do you know what a jumbuck is? It's a sheep. Okay, so a jumbuck is a sheep. and a tucker bag. Well, that's a bag for tucker. Yeah, it's his food bag. Okie dokie, and what's the only other term perhaps you wouldn't know? Squatter. There's the word squatter in here. Squatter doesn't mean how we understand squatter. Squatter is like the landowner of the land that he's travelling through. Okay, here we go then, Waltzing Matilda. Sing along. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Here we go. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and he waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a jumbuck, drink at the billabong. Up jumped the swagman and grabbed him with glee. And he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Here's the bit about the squatter, the landowner. Up rode the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Up rode the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Where's that jolly jumbuck you've got there in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Where's that jolly jumbuck you've got there in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Up jumped the swagman and sprang into the billabong. Badoosh! You'll never take me alive, he said, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Last time. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. How about that? So, probably not the first time you've sung that song, but maybe it's the first time you've understood some of the terms in it. Maybe. I hope so. Anyway, so that's that one, Matilda. Moving on, do we have any guests this week? Yes, we've got guests. It's always nice to have guests, isn't it? And this week, first of all, we've got our young Harry again, singing for us with another girl's name in the title. So, it's over to Harry.
Hello everyone at Lyrics to Lunch, it's me, Harry, again. Bob has asked me to do another song this week on this week's theme, so I believe this week's theme is girls' names, so I've decided to do a classic by Eric Clapton, which is Layla. So, see if you can spot this one. What will you do when you get lonely? Though I'm waiting by your side. You've been running and hiding much too long. You know it's just your foolish pride. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? tried to give you consolation. Your old man, he let you down. Like a fool, I fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. Begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Layla, 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 Layla. So make the best of the situation before I finally go insane. Please don't say we'll never find a way. Tell me all my love's in vain. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. Darling, won't you please, Layla? Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Got me on my knees, Layla. Begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Now, back over to Bob.
Oh, thanks, Harry. Fantastic again. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Wow. Okay. Our next song is another girl's name. It's Susanna. The title of the song is "Oh Susanna," so you might know that title. Now, this was written by a songwriter, a composer called Stephen Foster. Now, that's the same composer as a song I sang a couple of months ago. Do you remember the episode where we did the Escalado horse racing up our dining room table? I sang a song called Camptown Races. Do you remember that? That was written by the same man, Stephen Foster, in the mid-1800s. So this song, "Oh Susanna," was the most popular song of its time in 1848. Up until that point, sort of music sales, not records I presume it's the sheet music sales, averaged around about 5,000 copies, so most songs sold about 5,000 copies. This was a record of its time, and it sold over 100,000 copies, which I think is pretty amazing for 1848. So, "Oh Susanna," here we go. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Well, or in this case, a ukulele. Here we go. Well, I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee, and I'm going to Louisiana now, my true love for to see. It rained all night the day I left, the weather it was dry. The sun so hot I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. Oh Susanna, oh don't you cry for me, for I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I had a dream the other night when everything was still. I thought I saw Susanna did a-coming down the hill. The buckwheat cake was in her mouth, the tear was in her eye. I said, I'm coming from the south, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh Susanna, oh don't you cry for me, for I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Oh, I soon will be in New Orleans, and then I'll look around, and when I find my gal Susanna, I'll fall upon the ground. And if I do not find that girl, this man will surely die. And when I'm buried in my grave, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me, for I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me, for I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Did you have a little sing-along with that one? I hope so. Well done. Wow, what next? Well, do we have more guests? Yes, we have more guests. My lovely friend Ian, who sung a song for us the last couple of weeks, he's got another one for us this week with a girl's name. It's another George Formby one. I'll let him introduce it. So it's over to Ian.
Hello, Bob. Hello, everyone. Hope you're okay. Thank you very much for inviting me back this week, and hope you're all having a really good week. I had a little bit of major surgery on my hair this week. Yes, it's a little bit shorter than it was, so hope you recognise me. I actually lost half a stone with the amount of hair I've had on my head. Yes, it was quite a lot. It was the first time I've had it cut since the beginning of lockdown. So I was looking a little bit like Wurzel Gummidge. Anyway, on with today's show. This week's theme is girls' names. And as you remember, I told you last week, George Formby was a little bit of a ladies' man. So he did a few songs about ladies and girls, but didn't necessarily use the name. So there was not many songs that actually used the girl's name, but they were about a girl or a lady at the time. So the one I'm going to sing for you today is one of my favourite songs. It's a song called Fan Like Fanny. It's a lovely, lovely song about a nightclub jazz singer in the West End. Ooh. But here we go. Lovely song, hope you enjoy it. Up the West End, that's the best end, where the nightclubs thrive. Down into a dive you go. There's a jazz queen, she's a has-been, Lord knows what. Every night she's there on show. She dances underneath a magic spell. She's full of charm and beer and stout as well. She's 66 but she looks 16. Her friends don't know and now her face is clean. Fan like Fanny, the Floozy nightclub queen. See her glide around the floor, glide around into the pub next door. Fan like Fanny, the Floozy nightclub queen. She looks swell in the line, queen all the time, get your money's worth. By day you'd say it's the second time on earth. She waltzes in the West End shops, waltzes out in between two cops. Fan like Fanny, the Floozy nightclub queen. A tick she's followed, and when she's collared, the judge she always cheats. Twice a month, 2 weeks she'll do. She's often boasted, she's been toasted by her friends. She ought to be cremated too. You can't tell if she's brunette or a blonde. She's like something you drag out of a pond. Now she's a peach, but understand, she called a peach 'cause she's always canned. Fan like Fanny, the Floozy nightclub queen. She looks swell in the line, queen all the time, get your money's worth. By day you'd say it's the second time on earth. Every morn at the break of day, they call for the empties and they cart away. Fan like Fanny, the Floozy nightclub queen. There you go, everyone. The little song about fun like funny. Hope you all enjoyed that, and I'll hopefully see you again next week, if not sooner. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye. Bye, Bob.
Ah, thanks, Ian. Another great George Formby song. Thank you for that rendition. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, now, I was hoping to have another guest this week, especially for our next song. Our next song is a famous girl's name song, Delilah. Yes, I thought, I know just the man for the job, Roger. So I gave him a little text, and guess what? Oh, he's in Wales. Yeah, he's helping his mum move this week. So I hear everything's going fine though, so that's good. So love to everybody there, Roger. So I've had to learn it myself. Yes, but just before we do Delilah, I thought we'd have a little go at a slightly alternative Gilly Gilly this week, just as a one-off. Huh? Yeah. So I've made it up myself, if that's okay. Goes like this. So you repeat after me each line, okay? So here we go. So I say the first line, then you repeat it, and then we get to the long. It's just, when I thought of this song and Roger, I thought, well, there's another long town, isn't there, in Wales, a town with a long name, that might replace Gilly Gilly. Just as a one-off this week. All right, here we go then. Are you ready? You repeat after me. We've got a friend called Roger, and he comes from Wales, and he sings us songs, and he tells us tales, but he moved up here quite unexpectedly from Llanfairpwll, Gwyngyl, Chocheri, Chwyntobil, Llantis, Silio, Goch. Did you get that? Whoa, that's a mouthful. Let's try it one more time. We've got a friend called Roger, and he comes from Wales, and he sings us songs, and he tells us tales, but he moved up here quite unexpectedly from Llanfairpwll, Gwyngyl, Chocheri, Chwyntobil, Llantis, Silio, Goch. How did you get on? I think he's actually from Port Talbot, but that didn't work as well. Oh dear. Anyway, Roger has promised to do us a song another week, so I'll let him know next week's theme or the week after, and we'll see Roger soon. Okay, in the meantime, I've learnt it. Delilah, well, I say I've learnt it. I've done my best. Here we go then. Are you ready? I saw the light on the night that I passed by her window. Bum, 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 bum. I saw the flickering shadows of love on her blind. Bum, 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 bum. She was my woman. As she deceived me, I watched and went out of my mind. Here we go. My Delilah. Why, Delilah? I could see that girl was no good for me, but I was lost like a slave that no man could free. At break of day when that man drove away, I was waiting. Bum, 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 bum. I crossed the street to her house and she opened the door. Bum, 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 bum. She stood there laughing. I felt the knife in my hand and she laughed no more. My Delilah. So Forgive me, Delilah, I just couldn't take any more. She laughed no more. My Delilah. Why, Delilah? So before they come to break down the door, forgive me, Delilah, I just couldn't take any more. I just couldn't take any more. Oh, how'd you get on? Did you sing along? I hope so. Yeah, I think we will get Roger to do that one when he comes back. Now, when I said, I've got just the man for the song, I meant because, it was originally sung by Tom Jones, a Welshman, not the content of the song. I just thought I'd clear that one up. Okay, right, our next song, let me think. Oh, I've not got it quite ready. Just bear with me. Now this one is from the 70s, and the girl's name in this one is Rosetta. Yes. And it was sung by Alan Price and Georgie Fame. I bet you remember it, don't you? Do you remember? Rosetta, are you better? Are you well? Well, okay, that's the one. Here we go then, Rosetta, are you better? There's a tricky little intro to it, so I've just got to get my fingers in the correct position. Okay, here we go. Well, my little girl is a sweet little girl, and she does things to make your eyebrows curl. You let her loose on a Friday night, you know it's gonna win in the fight. Rosetta drinks her whiskey, and she gets in a fight and she might get beat. So I go round on a Saturday night and ask her, is it alright? Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. When Friday comes, she's fine again. So we go to a club where we got friends. Knocked on the door, but we couldn't get in, cause the boss don't want no fuss. So we ran uptown and we drank around. Rosie ended on the ground. I took her home and I put her to bed, and you can guess what I said. Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, my little girl is a sweet little girl, and she does things make your eyebrows curl. You let her loose on a Friday night, you know it's gonna win in the fight. Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. How about that? Rosetta, are you better? I hope you remember that one. Wowee. Okay, it's time for this week's worship song. And, I thought, can I find a hymn with a girl's name in it? And then I thought, oh, Joy. That's a girl's name. So any hymn with Joy in the title will be okay. I think we've done this a couple of times, actually, before. It's a lovely one. You shall go out with joy. It's kind of the same words repeated 3 times, but it just progressively gets faster. So pay attention. Starts off sort of normal, slow to normalish, then gets really quite quick, especially on the 3rd time through. Okay, you shall go out with joy. It's got the bit in it where it says the trees of the field shall clap their hands. You can clap your hand if you want to. Join in with that bit. Okay. You shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace, and the mountains and the hills shall break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands. And the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands. faster. You shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace, and the mountains and the hills shall break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands. And the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and you'll go out with joy. Last time, quite fast, you ready? You shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace, and the mountains and the hills shall break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands. And the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and the trees of the field shall clap their hands, and you'll go out with joy. Hoi! Ah, well done. That did get quite quick, didn't it, towards the end? Let's bow our heads and say the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Wow, I can't believe it. That's nearly it again for another week. Now we're going to finish on one we actually have done before, but it's a good one to finish on. We've sung this, I think, once, maybe even twice at church, and I think I did it very early on in these virtual sessions. Possibly, might have even been the second week, maybe in early April, late March, early April. So it's a girl's name, and it's got a colour in it. Ooh, rack your brain. Lily the Pink. What a great one to finish on. It was originally by The Scaffold, and what about the year? Ooh, going back again, 1968. And it was based on a folk song called The Ballad of Lydia Pinkham. So that's what it was based on. It's called Lily the Pink. Very famous start to it. Are you ready? Tremolo, it says. Tremolo. We'll drink a Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. Now Mr. Frears had sticky ideas, and it made him awful shy, and so they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's learning how to fly. And brother Tony was notably bony, he would never eat his meals, and so they gave him medicinal compound, and now they move him round on wheels. We'll drink a Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For she invented medicinal compound, that's efficacious in every case. Old Ebenezer thought he was Julius Caesar, and so they put him in a home where they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's Emperor of Rome. But Johnny Hammer had a terrible stammer, he could hardly say a word, and so they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's seen but never heard. We'll drink a Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. Auntie Millie ran willy-nilly when her legs they did recede, and so they rubbed on medicinal compound, and now they call her Millie B. Jennifer Eccles had terrible freckles, and the boys all called her names, but she changed with medicinal compound, and now he joins in all the games. We'll the pink, she turned to drink. She filled up with paraffin inside. Whoops, and despite her medicinal compound, sadly Piccalilli died. Now up to heaven her soul ascended. All the church bells they did ring. She took with her medicinal compound. Hark the herald angels sing. The savior of the human race, but she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. We'll drink a lily, the pink, the savior of the human race, but she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. Oh, that's a song and a half. Ah, dear me. Hope you joined in with that one. Okay, well, that's it for another week. So we'll finish off with singing our song, We've All Been Together. And remember, point at me and then point at yourselves. Okay? Here we go then. We've all been together, together, together. We've all been together and had a good sing with you and me and everyone who was watching. We've all been together and had a good sing. Well done. Well, look after yourselves. Take care of yourselves and each other, as always. And we'll see you next time. Take care. God bless. See you. Bye.